Title: The Shoes She Wore. In a small town nestled between fading hills and dusty roads lived a girl named Lila. She was 14, quiet and unnoticed. Her mother cleaned houses, her father was long gone, and their tiny apartment smelled of boiled potatoes and old books. Each morning, Lila walked 2 miles to school in worn-out sneakers with holes near the toes and laces that refused to stay tied. Kids noticed, teachers noticed. She noticed most of all. She never asked for new ones. Her mom tried once, brought home a second-hand pair from the shelter. They didn't fit. Lila just smiled and said it was okay. She had learned to walk softly, so the holes wouldn't grow too fast. At school, students whispered and laughed behind her back. Why doesn't she just buy new shoes? They'd ask, not understanding that sometimes shoes cost more than food. One afternoon, during PE, a boy named Kyle tripped her intentionally. Her sneaker flew off, revealing mismatched socks and red blisters. The class erupted in laughter. That night, Lila sat on the bathroom floor, clutching her torn shoe. She didn't cry. She simply began to draw. She drew a new pair, the ones she dreamed of. Smooth, white leather. Blue stars along the side, wings on the heels. She taped the drawing above her bed. The next day, she wore the same shoes, but something inside her had changed. 3 months later, the school announced a design competition. Create the future of footwear. The winner would receive a scholarship to a national art program in New York City. Lila hesitated. She wasn't like the others. No sketch pads, no markers, no digital tablets. She had only lined notebook paper and a pencil she sharpened with a knife. She entered anyway. She drew every night. Shoes that turned into clouds, sneakers with built-in stories, sandals that changed color with emotion. She poured her loneliness, her wishes, her whole self into each page. On the day of submission, she handed in a folder wrapped in brown paper. No fancy cover, just her name in neat cursive. Lila M. Days passed, then weeks. One afternoon, the art teacher burst into her math class, eyes wide. "Lila," she said breathlessly, "you won." The class froze. Someone whispered, "Her?" Lila felt her heart pounding. "You're going to New York," the teacher smiled. "Your designs, they moved the judges. One said they'd never seen shoes that told a story." Lila couldn't afford the travel bag. A neighbor lent one. Her mother hugged her so tightly at the bus station, whispering, "Make them see you, baby. Let the world know you exist." The city was louder, faster, colder. But in the middle of it, her shoes, the new ones she designed herself, finally stood tall. At the art program, she learned color theory, proportions, digital rendering. She worked harder than anyone. While others went to museums or parties, she stayed sketching in the dorm common room. On the final day, a guest speaker arrived, a lead designer from a major brand. He saw her portfolio. "You did these?" he asked. She nodded. "These are raw, honest. You don't see that often." 2 years later, Lila's first prototype launched. Not under her name. Not yet. But she was listed in the credits. That was enough for now. 10 years later, Lila opened her own design studio. Her flagship model, a sleek, durable, affordable sneaker called the Wings, with blue stars and a whisper of clouds on the heel. Each pair came with a tiny stitched line inside the tongue. To the girl with the worn-out shoes, keep walking. One day, during a talk at a local school, a girl with duct-taped shoes came up to her. "Miss Lila," she said, eyes wide. "How did you know what it feels like?" Lila knelt down, smiled, and said softly, "Because I was you. And the world didn't see me, until I made it impossible not to."